Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I've put my base on today. I am feeling a little bit poorly today, so I'm probably looking a bit washed out, but hopefully not at the end. And also you'll notice that I have moved the camera. I haven't been able to change my camera yet, but I've moved it so that I'm not looking up at the camera, but I'm looking straight on at it. Okay, so today we are going to be doing a get ready with me, and I'm going to be using the new palette of pops, the new lipstick, and I'll use Charlotte's Stars in Your Eyes palette. Now there's something else that I wanted to use, and I haven't used this yet, but as some of you know, I follow Daniel Sandler on Instagram and Twitter, and he's just an absolute dear. And if you want to look back at that video why I love Daniel Sandler, and you'll understand. I won't go through it again. But a couple of days ago, well no, actually last week, he put up a recommendation, and when Daniel Sandler recommends something, I trust it completely, because he's just so into good products. Now I've got to be honest, I don't know all the makeup artists in the world, because I'm not a makeup artist, although I wish I was. I'd really love to be one. But anyway, I'm sort of following more and more people. But this person is a makeup artist, a very renowned makeup artist. So the fact that I don't know her doesn't mean she's not renowned, because I don't know that many. But her name is Karla Powell, and she has brought out this product. She's got lots of glitters, and have a look at her site. It's called Karla Cosmetics with a K. But she's brought out this product called Fix Potion, which is here. And Daniel did a little demo on Twitter, and I thought, I've got to get that. I've got to get that and give it a try, because if Daniel's recommending it, it must be good. And it is actually to sort of, you can mix it with pigments, which I've got a few of, and make it into eyeshadows. But it also works very well at just helping glitter to stay put, and as an eye base. And I thought, what better thing to put on and try for the first time using Charlotte's pop shades, because as we all know, they take a bit of rubbing with the finger and you have to press them on, and they don't always give you as much pop as you'd like. You know, you have to keep layering them up. So I thought, Fix Potion. And this is the first time I've tried a little bit on my hand. It's got lots of really good things and soothing things for the eye in it. So I'm going to try it. I'll do a bit more of a chat about this later on, but I just want to do a very first impression of it while I'm reviewing, doing a get ready with me of the other products. Okay, let's get going. Okay, I'm not quite sure how to apply this, but I'm just going to put it on with my fingers, because I don't want to dip any brushes in this. It's nice and clear, and I'm going to, you can see I've got a bit of foundation on my eyelids, and that's probably way too much. And that was just literally one drop. Okay, well, you live and learn. You live and learn. I'm going to just put the remnants on with this side. Let's take some from there. And I'm going to let that dry down a bit before I apply the eyeshadow. Just take whatever that remnant is and put a bit more that side. Okay. So, I'm using it as an eye primer, because I want to try and put the pop shades, a pop shade on my lid without anything underneath, just to see what it looks like. Or shall I put something over the top? I can't decide. Let me get out the palette and see what moves me. Just to clarify what I said, although I'm not a makeup artist, as you know, some of you that are watching me, that I did do a little bit of, I did have a bit of training when I was 18.
He's a good player.
So 30 years ago.
Well, he isn't very good
in stage makeup, because I trained as an opera singer, and I had some lessons from a makeup artist at Covent Garden. So I'm not a complete novice, and of course I've played for many years with makeup and had to use it on stage and watched other makeup artists putting makeup on, and so yeah, I'm not a makeup artist, but I'm not a complete rookie either. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with confident eyes, and I'm trying to work out what to do, so bear with me. I've decided that I'm going to pretend that this is a quad. So I'm going to apply confident eyes, and I'm going to apply it as though it was a quad. So this is the prime shade, this is the enhanced shade, this, yeah, prime, enhance, smoke, and then I will finally use this one as pop, this one here, the last one. Okay, I might use one of the others, but we'll see. Let's see what it looks like. So, and also this is feeling sort of dry to tacky, which is what I want. It's quite good if it's tacky, I think, because it will make certainly sparkly shades. Look at that, it does. It really helps it to stick. And I wonder whether it must really help the longevity. I can't wait to play with this with some pigments. But that is going on a lot easier than without.
One tier above me, but I know why he is.
Okay, so I'm just going to put that on. I'm not going to take that all the way up because it's a bit dark for a prime shade.
I've cut down on buying tiers, and Shazon's like increased on buying tiers.
Didn't load enough on the brush there. Right, there we go.
Because like this whole season, I've only bought 2. And Shazon's bought 10.
Now I have to say that this
10.
Fix potion, my first impression is, wow. I'm going to show you, because if I put this on my arm as it is now, can you see how it goes on my arm? Can you see how it's gone on my eyes? So it's really going to help those sparkle shades pop. Very excited. Right, so now I'm going to put on the enhanced shade. Now this is very pigmented, so I'm literally dipping it once and I'm going to build it up if need be. Now I'm a bit wary of this. I wouldn't normally do this because, as you know, I have hooded lids, and this enhanced shade has got shimmer in it, but I can always go over it with some smoke. I'm just playing and experimenting, and if you never step outside your comfort zone, you never know what is going to look good if you just stick to the same look. So I always like to shake things up a little bit. So I'm just putting a tiny bit. In fact, you don't need to put too much on with this Fix potion, because it really brings out the pigment. Miss Tilbury, if you ever watch this channel, which I doubt, but if you do, I bet you'd love this, and you probably know the makeup artist. I'm sure you do. This, I think you'd love, and you'd be interested to see your products used with it. Okay, I'm now going to put on some smoke shade with the smudge brush, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit, and I'm just going to line that under my eye, and then I'm going to tuck some of that into the corner, and again into the crease, because this is matte. It's just going to mattify it a little bit more. I'm just placing it at the moment. I want to see as well whether you can still blend shadows. I'm sure you can. But I want to see how easy it is to blend shadows if you place them onto this Fix potion. And it might help if I held the brush correctly. There we go. Yep. That's good, because I've got, I've told you about it before, a really good waterproof primer that I've used before called, oh, what's it called? It's by NYX, Proof It. And it grabs eyeshadow really well, but it makes it really difficult to blend the shadows on top of it. And this doesn't seem to be doing that, which is great. So I have a feeling this is going to be my new best friend. You know, if Daniel Sarner told me that tomato ketchup looked good on the lids, I'd try it. He wouldn't tell me that, but I'm just saying, he's just such a brilliant makeup artist, and he's just so into sharing ideas with other people that if he recommends something, I trust it. But please don't tell me to put ketchup on my eyes, Daniel, if you're watching this. Right. And I'm just going to use a little bit of the shimmer. Shall I use the shimmer one or the matte one? Yeah, because I'm going to be putting the pop on in a minute. I'll use the matte one. I use a matte highlighter from this palette, which is here. Just to highlight my brows, this one here. I was wondering whether to use the shimmery one, but I've got enough shimmer. I'm trying to balance it out. So I've just cleaned off the smudge brush, and I'm going to use that just to do a little bit of a highlight under there. Haven't done my brows yet, guys. And now for the pop shade. And I think I'm going to stick with my hunch, you know. We have the choice of these 4 shades. And I am leaning towards using this one, which has got like a gold topper effect. Or I could use one with a pink topper effect, but I want to follow my hunch. Let me do it with the gold. So it's not gold, it's sort of more like a bronze. Can you see that one? And I'm just going to smudge that with my fingers. Now, someone was asking me whether this was the same kind of formula, the pop shades, as in her quads. And the answer is, it's a really good question, because to me it feels more powdery than, say, the Dolce Vita. When you put your finger on the Dolce Vita pop shade, it feels like you've got a kind of very stiff cream under your finger, whereas this feels like you've got a powder. And it was the same with the Pillow Talk palette. Now, it may be that they're still new, and I've just forgotten what Dolce Vita felt like when it was new. And I almost want to get my hands on a new Dolce Vita palette, just to, or, you know, one of her sort of long-standing makeup palettes, to test it out. But to me, they just seem slightly less emollient than the ones that she originally had. And I just don't know. We will find out with time, because if they are as emollient, they will not look as pristine after a while. They'll start to look, they won't look as flat on the top. Anyway, there, look at that, is the pop shade. And I'm going to just dab that onto the lids. As I say, I could have done the pink, but it's already got a pink shimmer to it, and this just, I think, just goes with confident. And I do think that what's it called, Fix potion, really helps. And actually, I think you could just use this on its own with that Fix potion. Let me just, I'm going to show you in a minute what I mean. Alright, let me just show you. So if I take this pop shade and I put it there, that's what it looks like just on my bare arm. But let me just take with a clean finger. So that's the only, I do not want to get bits of glitter and stuff in there. So with a clean finger and a tiny dab, because you really do not need a lot of this, I've realised. I'll just put that there first and let it dry down a little bit, and then take the pop shade again and let's try putting it over the top. Yeah. Do you see how it just brings it out? I'm not sure if I put it in exactly the same place. Yeah, there we go. So that's with the Fix potion and that's without. It just makes the glitter reflect so much more. And that's on my eyelids. Just going to put a little bit more on this side. Okay, I think I need to put a bit more shadow underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to take the prime shade that I used and just run that under there a bit as well, because at the moment it's not very balanced. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of, just so that you can see another pop shade, I'm just going to take my pinky and I'm going to put it into the prime shade of this pop palette. And I'm just going to put that in the corner there, like so. Should we put some of this stuff on? The Fix potion. Let me just clean my finger. Okay. Tiny dab.
What?
I said tiny dab. I didn't say Jack. You're okay. Tiny dab. Like so. Put the lid back on. Right, now I'm going to take that again and into the prime shade of the pop palette, and let's do it on this one because that one's dried down a bit more. Or is it still wet? Still too wet. I'll be right back in a minute. Let me just let it dry. It's still wet. Okay, should work now. Now it's dried down. It needs to be, with anything like this, needs to be a bit tacky so it grabs the shadow. like so. And the other thing you can do with the lighter shade of pop is you can take some and just put it in the centre. It will just look like the light's hitting it. It won't look like you put another shadow there. Okay, I'm going to put some eyeliner on and mascara and do my brows, and I'll be right back. Okay, that's my eyes done. I'm now going to do a bit of Filmstar Bronze and Glow. I did use a little bit of cream contour earlier, so I'm just sort of topping it up. As you can probably see. And then I just swipe a little bit around both sides of my nose. Put a bit underneath today. I've started to not do that because I want to make my nose look a bit longer by not contouring under my nose. Just always do this to just get rid of those bits so it looks more like that, my chin. Okay, some highlighter. I've got to do my brows yet. Haven't done my eyes. Okay, and let's put a little bit. And let me do my brows and I'll be right back. Okay, brows done, and I'm now going to put on confident lips. And actually you can see my under eyes are dry, my lips are dry, I'm fighting a cold. So yeah. But this will give me some moisture back. I'm not going to use a liner. I'm just going to put it on as it is. And actually, I'm just going to dab it on for a minute and do this. Because I don't want it too dark. I quite like it as a stain. It's got enough pigment in it anyway. Hello, Jack. Jack is out of his plaster.
Still in my sling.
Because the doctor, the consultant, reviewed it, his x-ray, and said it wasn't broken. The emergency nurse said it was. The doctor said, nope, it's not. But he has injured the soft tissues badly, so he's now out of plaster and he's in a sling for a couple of weeks. Except he keeps taking the sling off.
How do you think I'll play Fortnite?
The nurse said to him, you need to try and move it as much as possible. And I said to the nurse, no, this is not the child that you say you need to try and move it as much as possible. This is the child that you say you need to be careful, because he will interpret that as he can start doing cartwheels this afternoon. And you went, oh, no, 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 no. You need to be careful and you need to go easy and no contact sports. And that's the advice for Jack. He's not one of these children that's like, oh, I've injured my arm. Will it hurt if I move it? They took him out of plaster last year on his leg. And the physio said, now, some children take a few weeks. They get very frightened about walking out of plaster for the first time. Jack ran across the physio room and did a head over heels. And she said, oh, no, I think we're going to have a bit of problem here. Maybe we need to keep him in these AFOs for a bit longer, because he just, the minute he was out, he was off down the corridor. I can't stop him.
True.
So you have to tailor the advice for Jack. You need to move it as much as possible. That to Jack means that you need to go and run a marathon.
Don't you mean like run 1 centimeter?
Okay. Can you see how it goes with the eyeshadow? Confident lips, confident eyeshadow. And what really I should put on with this is Love is the Drug. That would go really well with this. But I'm going to put on Pillow Talk for 2 reasons. 1, because it's new and I know you like seeing it. And 2, that's really an excuse for the fact that I can't be bothered to get up and go and get it. And I have Pillow Talk in front of me. It'll look fine with it. So I'm just going to swish and pop. Love is the Drug will bring out the pinkness in this. But if you've got fair skin, be careful with Love is the Drug. It's one that she recommends, I think, for darker skin, because some of the others don't show up on really dark skin, whereas Love is the Drug does. So you can use it on fair skin, but you need to have a light hand. Exactly. Jack knows so much about makeup. I've told him when he starts dating women, they don't know how lucky they're going to be. He's going to want to buy them all Magic Night Cream because he loves the smell of it.
Don't you mean when you start dating a woman, then dating someone, like the person will continue your makeup channel?
She's not taking over my makeup channel.
What about when you get too old to do it?
I'll never be too old to do it. Never. Unless I'm pushing up the daisies, I'll be doing it. Right, so that is Pillow Talk. And because I know you love it so much, I'm going to finish off by doing my Camellia oil trick. Okay, I'll just go and get it and I'll be right back. Okay, just a reminder, if you have pores that are prone to clogging, it's best to put this on as a primer and not over your makeup. And you can also use a jojoba oil. So as I'm showing you, Camellia oil, cold pressed organic, 2 drops. 1. Come on. 2. Right, rub in the hand, make sure there's some at the base of the hand, because the first thing I'm going to do is to hopefully make my under eyes look less wrinkly by just very lightly doing that, and then lightly press over the skin till I have a nice natural glow. Let me just okay, you love that. Now before I go, that's the final look, but I wrestled with whether to do this yesterday on my first impression. I thought, no, I wanted to keep this short. And then Lucy said, but you didn't show us the sparkly purse. Lucy and a couple of other of you knew that that wasn't all I got yesterday. So I cut it out of the video and then I regretted it. So for those of you that want to see the other couple of items, I cashed in a couple of Christmas presents early. All right, to get a couple of other things from Charlotte Tilbury. So stay tuned if you want to see those things. Okay. I thought by cashing in, I'd sold them on and made some money. He's a business mind, this one. Okay, so I've got a little entrepreneur in the making. So, hang on. The first thing that tempted me was Charlotte's brush kit, her mini brush kit in the purse. And I'll tell you why, because I bought the last one a couple of years ago and I have used it a lot. I use it when I go away. It's this one. Very well loved, very well used. Sometimes, like it is at the moment, it has got my brushes in it. It's got my eyelash curlers. These are battery operated eyelash curlers. Actually, they're not battery operated. These go into a USB port. Let me just show you that. So you can plug them into your computer and charge them up, and then you do your eyelashes with them. So I've got that, and I've got my colour chameleon that's got really short because I've used it till it's nearly gone. I've got that in there, and I've got sample of mascara from MAC, and it fits a lot in, but a lot of the time I don't have any of that, and I put my tablets in there or some medical items that I need. And what I like about that is then it's in something glamorous and it doesn't look clinical and whatever. So when I saw that she's brought out a new design, I just had to have it. Yeah, so I cashed in a Christmas present early, and here is the new one. And there it is, look at that. I do like the burgundy one, I have to admit. But you can see that with time it kind of sort of looks more black than burgundy. But I still love it. This one is just, look at it, it's just lovely. They're exactly the same size. Can you see that? Exactly the same size. And the only other difference between that one and this one is that when you open this one up, the satin inside is brown rather than burgundy of this one. Let me show you that. You probably can't. Oh yes, you can tell. So that's sort of burgundy. This one is brown. But I will use those, and now I will have one for my makeup and one for my medication. And it doesn't look like horrible first aid yucky things to do with looking after yourself, but to do with pampering yourself instead. Right, now the other thing I could not leave without putting in my basket is this. It's called the Gift of Magic Skin. If you are into Charlotte Tilbury skincare, this is a bargain. I think I said a while back, if you know the price of Charlotte Tilbury skincare, every now and again she chucks in a bargain, and this is a bargain. So let me tell you what is in it. So you get the full size of the eye cream. You get a travel size, which is 15 mils of the day cream, and a travel size 15 mils of the night cream. Now, the eye cream, this was £55. The eye cream on its own costs £40. The day cream, the equivalent amount, if you were to buy the full size, it's £70. So if you divide that down, it's £21 worth. And I think you can buy her travel size now for something like 25. Okay, so between 21 and 25 pound, depending on whether you buy it separately or you're just looking at mil for mil. Okay, and then with the night cream, the full size night cream is £100, right? But that's for 50 mils. This is 15 mils. So basically, dividing that down, it's about £31 worth. You can also buy her travel size magic night cream now for about 35. So basically, if you were to buy these things separately on her site, it comes to something like £101. If you were to look at it mil for mil, it comes to about £91. and it's £55. So if you use her skincare, now is the time to get it. And what a great Christmas present. And if anyone wants to get me another one, you know I'll use it. So only Jack's here.
Wait, what?
But he'll tell his dad, don't worry.
Tell me what?
I said if anyone wants to get me another one of these for Christmas. Anyway, just joking. That are the two other items. So sorry I didn't do this yesterday. I just thought, oh, you don't want to see all of this. But there you go. Isn't that beautiful? Really lovely. And it's sparkly, but it's smooth to touch. This one is like snakeskin to touch, but this one is smooth. Okay, so I will see you next week, and I'll do the live. I'll try and do the live on Tuesday, because I was supposed to do it last Tuesday, and then something else came up. I can't remember what now, but I'll do it next Tuesday. All right, take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.